What's up, everybody, man? This is Kev, one third of the supergroup that is Games Music Life. I'll be coming at you with a review of the new Gucci Man album, Everybody Looking. That was actually one of my favorite songs back in the day from Gucci Man. I want to say that's the Burprint 2 from the Gangsta Grill series some time ago, but definitely be looking into this new project today. This will be a solo review, man. Shout out to Deer, shout out to Jay. They're not big Gucci fans. I'm a big Gucci fan, so I had to do it for my mans. And with it, let's go ahead and jump into this thing now. First thing I wanted to kind of touch on were going to be some of the tracks on this joint. I'm just going to kind of start top to bottom and let you know what I was thinking about some of these tracks. Now, intro track that we get on here, No Sleep, man. Nice intro. Production credits go to Zaytoven and Mike Will. One thing that I found surprising about this track was how at length Gucci actually spoke about him living a healthier lifestyle now since coming home, and also dealing with the fact that he was a drug addict and pushing past there to live a healthier, cleaner lifestyle. Definitely thought that was dope. We never really got a whole lot of introspection from Gucci Man, and let's be honest, man, nobody really expects a whole lot of introspection from Gucci Man, but that was dope of him to kind of put that out there, man, for him to talk about his real life and his real life struggles and real life situations. So definitely thought that was dope. Also, the fact that we got Zaytoven and Mike Will doing production on the same track, which was actually a theme throughout the album. Surprisingly, you don't really see that too much with two big name producers kind of coming out the gate and really kind of collabing on a project together. But I mean, Gucci, he made those Mike Will beats famous, and man, he's got classics with Zaytoven. I mean, spanning back 10, 12 years, so it makes sense. Next track we had on there was going to be Outdo Ya. I definitely felt like that was a triumphant Gucci back in his prime form. He had that drawn out delivery with, classic Gucci trash talk, man, and classic Gucci fashion. Now, to me, with it, I felt like the beat sounded a little uninspired for a Zaytoven track, but sometimes we get that. Zaytoven's got a very specific style, very heavy on, pianos, and I don't want to say trap percussion, but he does have a way about his percussion on there that you can really tell it's a signature style. And with it, sometimes it can draw out a little bit, and that's something I actually talk about a little bit later on in this review. Moving on, definitely was surprised to see a collaboration track between Gucci Man and Drake. Now Drake, notably being one of the biggest in the game right now, for him to have a project with Gucci Man definitely caught me by surprise. But I guess it shouldn't. Gucci coming home, man, was garnering a lot of attention. I know Drake is a big fan of Gucci, like many rappers are in the game today. So with it, the collaboration makes sense, and it actually comes off very good. I felt like both artists complement each other well on the track. Drake on the hook with Gucci doing the verses. And there's actually a rumor there might be a joint project in the works, is what I'm hearing. Both of them being either from Zone 6 or The 6, the Six Gods. So we'll definitely see what happens with that. And another feature on here that I wanted to talk about a little bit is the Kanye West feature, man. I really didn't see that coming, man. Gucci and Kanye on the track, that don't even sound right, but they pulled it off. I thought it was funny that Gucci actually said on there pretty early on in the song, he has a line about only reason he featured Kanye was because they were both narcissists. And I thought that was, pretty funny just because of the rap that Kanye gets for doing Kanye-esque things. But I definitely felt like Kanye compliments the track pretty well. He had a good rap with a nice flow to complement Guwap through the whole thing, even though I felt like Kanye's verse was a bit short. It had a thunderous beat provided by Mike Will. Kind of reminded me of something that Gucci would have had on the movie. Next, we had another song on there, Pop Music. Now, with it, the beat sounds good, but Pop Music as a song was kind of meh. Now listen, as a Gucci Man fan, I love the stuff that he puts out there, but he does have his duds in his catalog, like any artist does. And with it, this is going to be a forgettable song. Gucci's put out so much music that, they can't all be hits, but whatever. It's not the worst thing in the world, man. The verses are pretty solid. I can forgive the Wobster for this one. You got to have some filler on there to get on these tracks. And plus, he probably recorded this album in 3 weeks. He ain't been home that long. And that brings us into the next track, Guwap's Home. First thing that kind of struck out to me, I don't know what in the world Young Thug is doing at the beginning of this song. Like, he sounds like a kindergartner just crooning to his mom, thinking he's gonna make it big in the industry. And my God, it does not sound good. I was actually inclined to skip this track after that opening, but I'm glad I powered through it because Thugger actually delivers a pretty good verse on there. We all know that Young Thug has borrowed his style from Lil Wayne, and it kind of shines through on there. He did a pretty good job with his verse there. So definitely a song worth checking out if you can make it past the intro. Next, we got up Gucci Please, another weak hook in my opinion with an uninspired instrumental. Kind of feels like a filler. This whole section of the album, right around track, I want to say it's about track 6 7, somewhere in there, man, I got lost, to be honest with you, because I mean, between pop music to Gucci Please, I was like, yeah, I was ready to move on. It kind of sounded like a mixtape track, which it happens, whatever. Next, we got the song Robbed. Felt like if it had a banging beat, sounded like some classic Ziggy. Gucci was back with an invincible flow. He was riding the beat effortlessly. This was like throwback Gucci, man. I was getting back into the album with Robbed. I definitely was feeling the goo wobster right there. We had Richest in the Room. This is a family show, so don't kill me on these titles. The beat sounded so luxurious when it comes on. I wouldn't be surprised if Gucci paid the producer a full ticket for it, man. With it, you can hear him on the track, and it just sounds so regal. He could have hummed on this song, and it would have sounded dope. Gucci was delivering on both the hooks and the verses. He boasts about the trials and tribulations on his way to the top, man. And, hey, being on top right now, man, well-deserved, Wobster. And then with that, we moved into the lead single off of the album, man. First Day Out the Feds, which, whoo, Gucci's back. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy when I heard that song, man. Gucci really got a way about him. And releasing his first songs whenever he comes home from prison, man. If y'all remember First Day Out, now First Day Out the Feds, man. Yo, this dude, man, he don't play no games on them first tracks, man. It always comes with bangers, man. Beat is slapping, man. And the song didn't even need a hook. Gucci was definitely living up to the hype for this being, his first song on his return home. After that, we got At Least an M. Mike Will and Zaytoven collabing on the beat again. With it, now, to me, the production sounded a bit unfinished. Kind of sounded like something from, 2006 for whatever reason. But, it is what it is. In my opinion, another skippable track. But, if you let it ride, you let it ride. No big deal. Next up, we had All My Children. I actually wasn't crazy about this song as the follow-up to the first single for First Day Out the Feds. But I will have to say, Gucci made a great point on this song. He did birth a lot of rapper styles, and he put a lot of rappers in the game. I mean, we got Young Thug, Pee Wee Longway, Waka Flocka, OJ the Juice Man, Nicki to some extent, man, and countless others. He's really been good to a lot of up-and-coming artists. He has a great eye for talent, or I guess I should say a great ear for talent. And, he doesn't get enough credit for that, man. Gucci's probably the best artist A&R in the game, man. Truly the trap god. Then next up, we had the song Picking Up the Pieces. Solid song, but I kind of wish he would have given us a bit more for the outro. It wasn't bad, though. Just kind of there. Solid production, solid verses, solid hook. It was all right. And then lastly, we got the bonus joint, Multimillionaire LaFleur. Now, that sounded like it was about to be a banger. That sounded reminiscent of the Wilt Chamberlain days. It was a nice track, man. Rides with a good beat. Welcome home, Goo-Wop, man. I'm glad to have that project. So that's kind of track-by-track review now. Giving the whole album a listen, I felt like, man, Gucci came home and he didn't really miss a step. He was doing all the things that I would expect Gucci Mane to do. He delivered a project that, I would expect from him. The only thing I will say is that I wish that Gucci maybe would have mixed it up a little bit with the producers. At times, the sound on the album got a little bit stale because all the beats kind of sound like each other, and that's again because Zaytoven has a very distinct sound about him, and that's not a knock because he's got some classics, but for a full album it got a little bit redundant at times. Hearing Zaytoven on the keys out there, but not in a bad way, man. It's not the worst thing in the world. So with all that, I would have to say, though this was a solid project, I felt like its biggest weakness was the production. With it just too much Zaytoven. I really wish that Gucci might have mixed it up a little bit and featured some other producers and kind of gave us something different in that way. Not to say that Zaytoven is a bad choice for a producer, because I mean, him and Gucci have got some classics, but with him having a very specific sound and kind of an inability to mix it up, it kind of draws on the album a bit, and I do wish that we maybe would have seen a little bit more collaboration, but not horrible thing. With that, I would give this album an 84, so a solid B. Not a bad album, definitely worth checking out if you're a goo-wop fan. I definitely think that you'll enjoy it, and definitely looking forward to the projects that he will put out going forward. Now, with that, I definitely want to thank you guys so much for checking us out. Again, it's Kev, 1/3 of the supergroup GamesMusicLyfe. Shout out to Jay, shout out to Deer. Check out our other videos, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you were thinking about, this album or about the channel, or just how your day is going, man. We love to hear from you. And I'm gonna wrap it up about right there, man. I'm losing God's light, so I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Peace.